So the happiest man in the world these days is probably Lindsey Graham, because Lindsey Graham is getting absolutely everything he wanted out of the Trump regime. They have now gone full, insane, bloodthirsty, psychopathic, neocon, warmonger, imperialist, in a way that in his wildest imagination, I don't think he thought Trump would go this far, okay? And there was reporting the other day, by the way, that Netanyahu was flying to Israel to routinely meet with Mossad so that Mossad could tell him what arguments to use to try to get Trump to agree to this illegal and offensive war against Iran. I mean, basically coming out and admitting he's working for Israel, he's working for Mossad, he's not working for the American people. Just a loathsome, disgusting cretin. This guy should immediately be kicked out of office. In reality, he should be fucking locked up. This guy should be locked up for the damage and the death and destruction that he's caused. But he went on Maria Bartiromo's show and gave us a little preview of what else is to come, and it's absolutely terrifying. Let's watch.
Joining me now in the Sunday Morning Futures exclusive is South Carolina Senator Lindsey Graham, the chairman of the Senate Budget Committee, which shapes the overall spending, as well as a member of the Appropriations Committee, which decides how money is actually spent. Senator, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
And I want to get your take on all this. $1 billion a day. Oil prices up 27% in a week. You've got the president wanting a $1.5 trillion defense budget in 27. The idea that the Pentagon is about to come to you for $50 billion on these strikes to Iran. How are you going to answer?
Best money ever spent. Was it worth?
By the way, notice how even Maria Bartiromo, who's also a propagandist, could not spin it to make it sound good for the regime. Even she couldn't spin it. Like I told you, it's $11,500 per second, $1 to $2 billion per day. All right, and you bring that up, and he's like, "Oh, I love that. Best money ever spent." Meanwhile, 18 million people were kicked off Medicaid. 18 million. Health insurance premiums are doubling, tripling, quadrupling, and in some cases more than that. Inflation's out of control. Unemployment's out of control. AI is taking everybody's fucking job. And this is your reaction? You think anybody's watching this going, "That's right, do more war as opposed to helping me"? God, so out of touch, man. It's insane.
Best money ever spent. Was it worth to America to take down a religious Nazi regime who's trying to build a nuclear weapon?
They're not a Nazi regime, and they're not trying to build nuclear weapons. Thanks for playing. Like, again, all the shit he fearmongers about when it comes to Iran is way more true of Israel. Okay? I mean, you want to talk about as close as you can get to a Nazi regime. They're a psychopathic apartheid ethno-state that is currently doing the whole Lebensraum thing and crusading and trying to take more territory. You tell me who's closer to the Nazis.
Deliver to America. That's a really good investment. They're going to fall. It's not if the regime falls, it's a matter of when. And you didn't mention today, and nobody has, quite frankly, we now know they had enough 60% enriched uranium to make 11 bombs.
Total lie.
What's that worth to America to make sure they don't have 11 bombs?
By the way, if they did have the capabilities he just laid out, we wouldn't be doing this attack. If the U.S. thought, oh my God, if we attack, then they could nuke us, then there's no way we would have done the attack. How do I know? Look at Kim Jong-un, excuse me. Kim Jong-un has a bomb. Nobody can fuck with him, right? Gaddafi, the head of Libya, he gave up his weapons of mass destruction, was overthrown and then sodomized with a bayonet and murdered. Recorded, by the way. Recorded. Saddam Hussein didn't have weapons of mass destruction. He got overthrown and murdered. Okay? Guys, understand, the message is sent to every country, get nukes as fast as you possibly can. Because if you don't, at the whim of the West, they could just illegally overthrow you, assassinate you, destroy your country on a whim. And then here he is lying again.
All of this money is to make sure they never go nuclear, they can't hit us with ballistic missiles, and they stop terrorizing the region.
Says the biggest dick sucker of Israel I've ever seen. You want to talk about terrorizing the region? They just did a genocide in Gaza. They're doing pogroms in the West Bank right now. They're currently stealing half of fucking Lebanon. And they're, of course, terrorizing innocent civilians in Iran and hitting elementary schools and blowing up oil refineries and rendering an entire city of 10 million people toxic. Like, this guy, he's a sick joke. This guy's a sick joke. The fucking videos that they have on him must be mind-boggling, bro. The shit that they have on him, the pictures, the videos, all the compromat, it's got to be just astonishing, out-of-this-world stuff that he would not want to come out no matter what, so he's willing to support the destruction of the earth before we learn about what he's into.
We're going to make a ton of money. Nobody will threaten the Straits of Hormuz again. But Donald J. Trump...
They're literally doing it right now. Like, as the Strait of Hormuz is cut off, you're like, they're not going to threaten the Strait of Hormuz again. Motherfucker, the regime is still intact. Ayatollah Khomeini was replaced by Ayatollah Khomeini, and he's a harder line than his dad was. What are you talking about? And he said it's not if, it's when they get overthrown. Is it really?
Witkoff, the negotiator, was told by the Iranians openly that they have stockpiled enough 60% enriched uranium, 460 kilograms, to make 11 bombs. Thank God Trump did this. Can you imagine a year from now? What would it cost America if Iran had 11 nuclear bombs to threaten us?
It would cost absolutely nothing, because if they had, it would actually save us a lot of money. It would save us, as of right now, what, $8 billion, $9 billion, because that's what this war has cost already. It would save us that amount of money, because then we wouldn't be able to do this war. The world would be more stable. The world would be more safe. And you wouldn't have innocent people in elementary schools getting murdered if they had that bomb.
Hold us hostage. We would be held hostage in perpetuity by this terrorist regime. So the money we're spending is a good investment to take down a regime that's been the largest state sponsor of terrorism, has got American blood on its hands. And when this regime falls, it's not if, when. We're going to have a gateway to peace. And the next thing that will happen.
Gateway to peace. We're doing war for peace. We're doing war for peace. He keeps calling them a terrorist regime. Has he said fucking anything at all about the elementary school that we bombed? And the fact that now we're actually double digits. We've hit double digits, hospitals and schools. Has he said anything about any of that? No, he hasn't. Has he condemned the attack on the refinery, which is leading to the whole city of Tehran being poisoned? By the way, he did release a tweet where he was like, excuse me, Israel, let's be a little careful here. Let's not go that far, because remember, we're liberating these people. It's fucking ass covering. It's ass covering. The real terrorists are our government and the Israeli government, the axis of Epstein.
Saudi Arabia will recognize Israel, and that will be the biggest change in 2,000 years in the Mideast. And Donald J. Trump is the man to make it all happen. He's the first president in 47 years to call the question on the Iranian regime. They're religious Nazis. We negotiated with them. They would not give up their enriched uranium. They would not pledge to stop making weapons that could hit America.
He's just lying. They agreed to the hardest line restrictions literally hours before they were attacked. Like, I don't think you guys understand the true depths of the depravity of these psychopaths. Like, this guy is a dead-eyed, murderous, terrorist, death cult psychopath. Everything he's saying here is not true. There's detailed reporting about how Iran agreed to the strictest restrictions on enriched uranium right before they were attacked.
They still fund the proxies. When this regime falls, there'll be no money for Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis. What is that worth? So the money we're spending to take...
Bro called them the Houthis. They're funding Houthi and the Blowfish.
This regime down is going to make us safer. It's going to keep them from having nuclear capability down the road. And
why does he seem drunk? Is it just me? This is an interview during the day. Doesn't he seem drunk? Even look at Maria Bartiromo's face. Even she's not buying this shit.
We will have a new Mideast where we make money. But it ain't about money today. It's about 6 Americans who died in the defense of our country.
It ain't about money. Has he ever said that about universal health care or free college or a living wage? Has he ever said that? No, it's never like, holy shit, 60,000 Americans die every year from not having health care. This is not about the money. We need to protect our people. Never. It's only not about the money when you're blowing up innocent brown people.
Now, to our Arab friends, you're being hit too. Has any Arab country struck Iran? Now, if you want a treaty with the United States, you need to get in this fight. Now, America's not going to the Mideast just to fight alone. So I'm urging our Arab allies to fight back. You're being hit too.
This man is such a psychopath. Do you not understand those countries are now cooked, you fucking idiot? Do you not understand their whole thing is oil and gas and tourism for the 1%? And now the 1% is not going to want to go there because they're not stable and they won't feel safe. And oil and gas is cooked because they shut the Strait of Hormuz. How fucking stupid are you that you think, what, you can yell at them and get them to enter the war on your side? Are you out of your fucking minds? They're begging for this to stop right now. They think Trump's a fucking idiot. They think he started World War III. They're looking for a way out of this shit. Oh my God. I need you to understand that, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, Republicans and more broadly conservatives are fucking stupid. They're low IQ. They don't know what they're doing. They're immensely incompetent. They all suffer from the Dunning-Kruger effect, where because they know nothing, they just have that instinct of like, yeah, I actually know everything about this. It's like when the fat drunk is sitting on the couch watching UFC and he goes, I could kick that guy's ass. Just let me in there, bro. I bet you I could knock him out with one punch. That's what Lindsey Graham is, except it's geopolitics and it's world war that we're talking about here.
So how does this end? It ends with victory. Donald J. Trump is going to bring this regime down. It's going to be replaced by something more friendly to the United States. It's going to open up the biggest deal in 2,000 years where Saudi Arabia and Israel not only recognize each other, they will do business. Trump's a man of peace and business. Finally, Venezuela and Iran have 31% of the world's oil reserves. We're going to have a partnership with 31% of the known reserves. This is China's nightmare. This is a good investment.
He is so drunk.
And we should applaud our men and women in the military who are doing something I've never seen done before, decimating a brutal enemy in 9 days.
Okay, but here's the problem. You just admitted it's about the oil, you fuckhead. Trump has been saying it. We're going to take the oil. That's what we're going to take the oil. So you don't get to do the whole like, oh, I care about the Venezuelan people. No, you don't. You want to steal their shit. You want to steal their shit.
Really great points all around, Senator. I don't know where to start. Number one, how are you going to better secure the Strait of Hormuz so that we don't see more spikes in the price of oil? Number two, are you telling us you want the United Arab Emirates and the Saudis to lash out and strike Iran right now?
I want them to get in the fight. We sell them weapons. Iran is striking their country. They have good capability.
Iran is only striking their countries because we have U.S. military bases there, you fucking psychopath. Oh, my God. You're better off watching and learning nothing from the news than watching Lindsey Graham babble about this shit.
What if the regime fell? Then you never had anybody in Iran in the future that wants to close the strait. What if you had Iran with people who don't want to build a nuclear weapon to kill us all? What if you had Iran in the future that doesn't support Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Houthis? That's where we're headed.
He keeps calling them the Houthis. He's got these really strong feelings on all this stuff. He doesn't even know the name of the Houthis.
Donald J. Trump is going to bring this terrorist regime down. We're going to have partners in Iran, and we're going to open up a gateway to peace. This won't fix itself.
So we're doing endless war in order to achieve peace. I mean, Orwell is rolling over in his fucking grave right now. I mean, the extent to which this shit, it's like when they were arguing within the first, 3 or 4 days. I think some of them are still doing it. They're like, this is a war. This is not a war. This is a special operation. Well, this is a war. You cut back and forth. You got different people in the regime and different people in MAGA going, this war is going to be quick. Others going, this actually isn't even a war, bro. They can't even, guys, if they can't even get that nailed down, think about how incompetent everything else they're doing is. Right? They can't even agree to call it a war or not call it a war. Think about how stupid, the engineers behind this actually are.
President Trump is in the process of doing it. They're going to lose, and we're going to win. Israel and the United States, you just wait to see what comes in the next 2 weeks.
The next 2 weeks meaning what?
In other words, are you saying, you're going to nuke them?
We're going to blow the hell out of these people.
Miss Lindsey. I'm going to blow the hell out of them. I'm going to lay them right down and take down their pants, and I'm going to get right in on that thing. I'm going to blow him so good, it's going to make his toes curl. He's going to feel so much pleasure, it's going to be over in 2 minutes. I'm going to blow him so good. I'm going to blow all of them. I'm going to lay them all down and start blowing them. I'm going to do the Trump dance and get them started, and then I'm going to start blowing them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my God.
Is in a death row now. It is going to be on its knees. It's going to...
Oh, come on. They're going to be on their knees, and I like it when they're on there. I like being on my knees, and then I'm going to blow them. I'm going to blow all of them. Every single one, I'm going to line them all up and blow them all.
And when it falls, we're going to have peace like no other time. We're going to have prosperity unlike anyone could ever imagine. Peace brings prosperity. You can't do it by talking. The Democrats criticize this operation. They didn't do a damn thing. These men and women in the military should make us all proud.
The Democrats criticize this operation. They didn't do a damn thing. What they did was actually bring peace. That's what Barack Obama did with the JCPOA. It was a fact that it was working, not us speaking. The IAEA, the International Atomic Energy Agency, the UN, verify this was working perfectly. And then you fucking psychos ripped it up because you are ontologically pro-war. You love death, you love destruction, you love violence. That's the fact. Okay, and Israel wants it to be a motherfucking failed state. That's what they want Iran to be so that they can create a greater Israel. And you're being played like a fucking fiddle.
And they have already. Number three, real quick, are you going to support the president's request for a $1.5 trillion budget defense in 27? And will you respond yes to a potential supplemental defense package of $50 billion from the Pentagon?
Yes.
What a question. Do you want to fund more war, Lindsey Graham? Actually, no, I'd rather not. Thank you very much. Come on, man.
Both. We need it. We want the strongest military to end the wars quickly. Look what we're doing here. We've lost 6 soldiers. God bless them. We're devastating the enemy. I'm not looking for a fair fight. If we get in a fight, I want to win it. I want to win it quick. I'm in Miami. You see this hat? Free Cuba. Stay tuned. The liberation of Cuba is upon us. It's just a matter of time now. You see this hat? Make Iran great. President Trump said the only way to make Iran great is for the people to take over. We're marching through the world. We're cleaning out the bad guys.
Oh, my God. They're literal Nazis at this point. We're marching through the world. We're taking out the bad guys. We're going to free Iran. We're going to free Cuba. Jesus Christ. And And then you got Trump saying he's going to steal Greenland, he's going to steal Panama. They already overthrew Venezuela, stole the oil, and Trump put hundreds of millions of dollars in a private bank account. Like he says, they're going to do it to Cuba. Like, I need you to understand, they are trying to expand the footprint of the U.S. They're trying to create the technate states of America, okay? Trump wants more territory. He wants to go down in the history books as expanding the U.S. empire. Israel's creating the greater Israel. That's why I call them the Axis of Epstein, and I call them the Fourth Reich. This is Fourth Reich shit. We're marching through the world is what he just said. Guys, we're completely and utterly out of control. We are out of control. Can you imagine being another country around the world looking at what we're doing? And what you realize very quickly is, oh my God, you literally can't work with the Americans. The Americans will make a deal with you, pull out of that deal the next day, stab you in the back. You can't trust them. You can't trust them. They've ripped up every fucking treaty, every economic agreement, tariff the entire fucking world, like turn their backs on the world. Like, you can't trust them. So what do you do with a nation that you can't make a deal with? You can't trust their word. They lie all the time, and now they're incredibly expansionist, and they're crusading from place to place, overthrowing government after government to steal their natural resources and enslave the populations. What do you call that? What do you call that? I'm telling you, this is Nazi-like shit. And here we have the chief drunk fucking Nazi who's out there and, like Lindsey Graham always does, says the quiet part out loud by accident.
You see this at? Make Iran great. President Trump said the only way to make Iran great is for the people to take over. We're marching through the world. We're cleaning out the bad guys. We're going to have relationships with new people that will make us prosperous and safe. I've never seen anybody like it. This is Ronald Reagan plus. Donald Trump is resetting the world in a way nobody could have dreamed of a year ago. He is the greatest commander-in-chief of all time. Our military is the best of all time. Iran is going down, and Cuba is next.
29% approval rating incoming. Collapse of the global economy. We're in the midst of it right now. Oil prices skyrocketing. Furious people in the streets. He's sitting here praising, oh, we're going after the bad guys, as we snuggle up and follow the lead of a literal genocidal freak who just murdered hundreds of thousands of people in Gaza and are starving people to death. I mean, this is beyond parody at this point. These people are locked up. They need to be locked up. For the sake of humanity, they need to be locked up. We can't let them get away with this. They need to learn the lesson. I'm serious when I say this. In the same way there was denazification, we need demagification in this country. And he's such a clear example as to why we have no choice but to do that.
Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop. And watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.